This video does not promote, glorify, or encourage the sale, use, or abuse of illegal drugs, controlled substances, or any other dangerous products. It's April 2015. The police in Dai County, Sichuan, received a mysterious tip-off about someone running an online drug business right under their nose. Now in China, drug trafficking is about as serious as it gets. We're talking about no mercy, straight to the firing squad level of serious. So when that report came in, the police didn't waste a second and jumped straight into action. The police only had one lead, the username of the dealer, which went by the name Pork and Plant-Based Meat Wholesale, cash on delivery.
发现有一个网名叫做猪肉植物肉批发货到付的这个 QQ 昵称的人一直在打广告。他打广告是怎么打的呢？他说有诚意的来正宗川货，全国各地货到付款，化合150个一个，植物200一个。
At first, the police thought, wait, are we seriously chasing a guy selling pork online? But after some deeper investigation, they finally realised those weren't food prices. Chemical pork and plant-based meat were actually referring to synthetic meth and plant-extracted meth. The man was basically running a drug business disguised as a fake vegan butcher. But as the cops dig deeper into it, the crazier it gets. Turns out this pork dealer wasn't some small-time hustler. The guy was running a full-blown nationwide operation. He wasn't just selling through shady DMs either, as he had price lists posted openly in chat groups, offered video product demos, free nationwide shipping, and even cash on delivery. He made buying drugs look like ordering from eBay, so it's no surprise that buyers from all over China were lining up to order from him. Eventually, the police managed to catch a few of his customers, and after a bit of interrogation, they all gave up the same name. The pork dealer was a man surnamed Luo. From there, things got a lot easier. All they had to do was look for a guy named Luo with drug connections in Dai County, and it didn't take long before the police found him. This pork Luo guy was suspicious as hell. He claimed to be unemployed, yet somehow he was loaded, recently bought a new car, a new house, and spent money like it was going out of style. But the biggest red flag, every single month he shipped out multiple packages all across China, perfectly matching the profile of their mystery dealer. To avoid alerting the suspect, the police decided to wait it out. A few weeks later, the courier company tipped them off. Hey, that Luo guy's sending another package. The cops immediately rushed straight to the scene and caught him red-handed. The mysterious Pork Luo was finally revealed. His real name, Luo Jincheng. I'll keep calling him Luo for simplicity. When they opened the box he was holding, inside was a bag of suspicious white crystals. They took him home for a full search, and that's when things really blew up. Not only did they find his computer and QQ account used to contact buyers, they also uncovered dozens of bags of the same mystery powder, totaling several tens of kilograms. Not grams, kilograms. This man was moving enough product to open a pharmacy. Now, if you watch the news, you probably know that when it comes to drugs, the quantities are usually measured in grams. But Luo wasn't dealing in grams. He had tens of kilograms. That's tens of thousands of grams. And in China, drug trafficking can literally get you the death penalty. At that amount, Luo could have been executed 10 times over. But when the police confronted him, he didn't even flinch. Instead, he calmly said something that made the officers freeze.
我不是卖毒药，不是，他说我是假冒的，是吧？当时他就说了。
Caught red-handed, and he still says it's fake. That was the police's first reaction. Everyone at the scene thought Luo was just making excuses, trying to talk his way out of it. But then, the lab results came back the next day, and that's when everyone's jaws dropped. So here's the twist. That mysterious white powder Luo was selling, it wasn't even close to meth. One of the ingredients, Mingfan, is actually a type of traditional Chinese medicine. It's used to treat insomnia and anxiety, reduce internal heat, clear phlegm, and even stop bleeding or diarrhea. The other one, multi-enzyme tablets, is just a stomach medicine, something that helps with indigestion and poor appetite. In other words, the addicts who thought they were destroying their bodies were actually accidentally getting healthier. Thanks to Luo Jincheng's fake drugs, their addiction sessions turned into detox sessions.
网上都能买，大概就4-5块钱1公斤，1公斤，它就跟那个冰毒一模一样。一般人是
一般来说看不出来，真正用的时候你就知道。
He'd take cheap Mingfan powder and digestive tablets, repackage them like premium meth, and flip them for hundreds, sometimes even thousands of yuan per bag. Now you might be wondering, if one sniff was enough to tell it's fake, wouldn't someone try to get revenge on him? Surprisingly, not a single person did. Why? Because Luo was smart. He never shipped to buyers within Sichuan. All his customers were from other provinces, hundreds of kilometers away. So even if they realized they'd been scammed, none of them were going to spend money flying to Sichuan just to confront him. The travel costs alone were higher than what they'd lost. And here's the genius part. Luo knew that every single one of his customers was technically breaking the law. So even if they wanted to report him, they couldn't exactly walk into a police station and say, "Hello officer, I'd like to report a crime. I tried to buy meth but got scammed."
当初我这个心态就是他们谁都不敢报案。
他一个吸毒者买毒品买到假的，他不可能到派出所去说，哎，警官，我来报个警，我买毒品自己吸食，我买到假的。
And even if hypothetically someone did report him, Chinese law only counts it as fraud if the total amount exceeds 5,000 yuan. So Luo kept every single deal between a few hundred to 1,000 yuan, just below the legal threshold, meaning even if the police wanted to charge him for fraud, legally they couldn't. It's messed up. But you've got to admit, the man knew exactly what he was doing. For someone that calculating and meticulous, you'd think Luo Jincheng could have been a successful businessman, not a fake drug dealer. So how did he end up on this self-destructive path? According to Luo himself, it all started when he was young. He fell in with the wrong crowd and got addicted to drugs. For a while, things got better. He got married, had a daughter, and even managed to quit his addiction. Together with his wife, he started a small recycling business, and in 2013, he even invented a remote control lock that got an official patent. But that brief moment of stability didn't last. He relapsed. And when his wife finally left him, taking their daughter with her, things spiraled out of control. One day, he tried buying drugs online, but got scammed. The meth he ordered turned out to be nothing more than rock sugar. He was furious, but he couldn't report it. After all, who reports getting scammed while buying drugs? So in his mind, he thought, if you can't beat them, join them. That's when Luo decided to scam the scammers, selling fake drugs himself. And here's the craziest part, he didn't even feel guilty about it. He genuinely believed he was doing society a favour, saying he was helping addicts get clean, by selling them fake meth that actually improved their health.
到处去全部是假的，全部是假的。网上互联网的话，互联网现在信息时代，你是知道的，这个圈子里面一下就传开了。网上翻了以后，网上很多肯定就少了很多。
But in the end, Luo Jincheng made one crucial mistake. Even though each of his transactions was only a few hundred to 1,000 yuan, technically below the threshold for fraud charges, the prosecutors weren't letting him walk that easily. They combined multiple transactions together, treating them as one big case. The total, just over 6,000 yuan, enough to officially charge him with fraud.
虽然说每一次诈骗1000余元，但是最终累计达到了这个6000余元我们认为他是触犯了我国的这个刑法第266条是涉嫌诈骗罪应该以诈骗罪追究他的刑事责任。
In December 2015, Luo was sentenced to 10 months in prison and fined 3,000 yuan. Luo Jincheng's scam didn't just land him in jail, it actually changed China's entire courier industry. After his case, new regulations were introduced. All packages had to be shipped under real name registration, must be inspected before sealing, and then scanned through X-ray machines before delivery. So yeah, Luo's fake drug empire may have ended, but it left behind a real impact on how China handles its mail. Alright, my name is Kino. See you next time.
太家。